Greetings one and all, thanks for tuning in. Jean here with more Mars Anomalies. I discovered a new site in the southern mid-latitudes of Mars in a region called Tader Valles. Just before we get cracking on, I want to thank Jeffrey Alfred for his generous contribution towards my research and work. Thank you, Jerry. Much appreciated. Every little bit helps. The photograph we're analyzing in this one is called USGS Dune database entry number 2102-507, and I'll include the link to this page in the video description below. Acquired on the 25th of January 2017 at 26.8 centimeters per pixel resolution, and I'm showing you images are cropped from a JP2 black and white map projected file, just under 600 megabytes in size. There's a look at the low-res JPEG and the strange dune field with these strange T-shaped dunes, and the bottom part of the photograph reveals plenty of dust devil activity in this region. At the time of this video, the high-rise photograph we're looking at here hadn't been loaded to Google Earth Mars yet, so it's right there on the plains of Tader Valles, and we've got Mars 3 lander towards this region here to the right. The site is located 50 degrees 19 minutes south, 149 degrees 23 minutes west. We're going to be looking at this rather strange piece there. Also in the region we've got a small part up there to the right with three smaller parts in it arranged in a triangle. Down here another block with a protrusion or knob in it. So let's zoom in on this. Unfortunately, a stitching line artifact is obscuring that artifact, so I've managed to fix it. This whole piece is about 14 by 14 meters in size. What I did was I took the right hand side and I moved it up slightly and aligned it to the left. What have we got? We got two large pieces separated by a straight line, and in the center we've got a joining part, and you can see this is like a square artifact. Each side on there is about 3 by 3 meters in size, and it's got straight edges and a right angle. There it is up close. Check that out, guys. I've managed to move this part up slightly. Got a couple of artifacts remaining, but you can see the general structure of that object over there. Seen many of these on Mars already as well. Another very common design feature is another one of these very long narrow pieces, about 12 meters long and about 2 to 3 meters wide. It's got a very smooth flat surface, parallel straight edges, and a smaller artifact over there in the center. Another one of these possible obelisk-type anomalies that's fallen over. There we're looking at a small monolithic block sticking out of that structure. That whole piece there is about 12 meters wide, and up close we can see there's an opening in the larger part with this looks like a monolithic stone sticking out of the opening over there. It's also slightly elevated off the surface to the right. We're looking here at straight edges and right angles on that flat piece, which is about 14 meters long. So check that out. It's got straight edges, right angles, and it's very smooth on top. Looks almost like it could be another one of these metallic sheet metal type anomalies. There's a weird anomaly too, nothing else like it in this JP2. A perfect circular pattern to that, about 10 meters in diameter, and with another one of these discs inside a circular depression, and in its center of this smaller conical part there. Check out this huge piece here, and how often do we see this? We've got three similar narrow pieces lying next to one another, parallel to one another there. And let's zoom in on this. This piece over here is about 12 by 18 meters in size, and it's got a block on it which is about 5 meters wide. Right there in its center again, folks, we've got three smaller similar parts here, arranged in a triangular pattern. There those three similar and narrow pieces are. Fascinating to see them still next to one another and perfectly arranged in a parallel fashion. Very, very strange. Here's another huge block over here with a protrusion on it. This piece is about 12 by 15 meters in size, and right there in its center we've got this very bright smaller piece. Right, here we've got a square part underneath the triangular part on the top, another part over here with a small dome on it. So let's zoom in on this. That square object at the bottom is about 6 by 6 meters in size, and right through its center line we've got this smaller triangular part. Some symmetry and geometry going on there. And we're looking at this part about 6 by 10 meters in size, and in its center we've got that small protrusion or knob. Last piece, that there's about 15 meters across, and it's got three smaller parts on top arranged in a triangular pattern. Over here to the bottom right we've got something rather strange as well. Got straight edges to this piece with 90-degree angles to it, and this seems to be open over here to the bottom right with that rectangular part there sticking out of the opening. Right, so let's go down to Tader Valles, very close to Mars 3 lander. Let's have a look at the description. A valley, according to NASA. There's the site, and we've also got some other artifacts in the vicinity. So let's briefly have a look at those. There's the three-part object, two larger parts, a separating line with a smaller part bridging that gap. Got symmetry and geometry going on there too. That long narrow piece, part sticking out of an opening there, very similar to the last one we had a look at over there, folks. So let's have a look at the artifacts east of Mars 3 lander. Got alignment going on there, two, three smaller parts in a row, a little square object there inside an enclosure. Two similar objects. There we've got a dome on top of that square object. Two similar parts separated there with the bridging part in the center. That there looks almost like a snail with the front part over there. 3 smaller parts there, next to one another in a row. And there's also a triangle there. Slabs or blocks next to one another. So a symmetrical part there with a little dome on it. This looks hollowed out with a small part there in its center as well. And there again, 2 larger parts separated with that line and a smaller bridging part in the center. Right, so let's have a look at some of the other artifacts around here. Pile of wreckage structures and scattered debris north of Kuiper. We've got what looks like some type of structure as well, with these 2 similar parts on either side, arranged in a pattern over there as well, that angle there, similar to this one on this side. A larger bright part on top, looks almost like there's an arch there, parallel to that side. And this still reminds me of some type of rectangular container. Check out the straight edges and the right angle, and that disc-like artifact sticking out of the opening. And then various blocks, looks like wreckage over there, and that also looks very metallic. Check at the edges, and it seems to be crumbled up, totally smashed to bits. Thanks for watching, folks. That's it for this short video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. To those of you who subscribed recently, thanks for joining the channel. Much appreciated. Keep well. I'll see you in the next one.